Hello everybody and welcome to the Christmas special video on Kerbal Space Program. Here we are in the assembly building, just showing off the rocket that I've spent the last couple of days working on. And yeah, here it is. We have a big old transfer stage, a lander, a rover with a sky crane, and a bunch of tourists that will be enjoying the ride along with us. I went ahead and got everything set up. All the stages are ready to go. This thing will be heading off to Duna. Our transfer window is only in a couple of days. We have 33 days until our transfer window. So we're going to go ahead and get launched and then reconfigure. And then we'll be ready to head off to Duna when that 33 days arrives. As there's a lot of stuff that they have to get ready in here. A lot of reconfiguring that they have to do with the vessel. That'll probably do. I mean, the reconfiguring might be done after we already get a course for Duna. I'm not sure yet. I don't quite know how all the Delta V is gonna work itself out. It should be fine. Fingers crossed. But yeah, we have a lot of stuff here. Also, I went ahead and took your guys' feedback that I went on the post. I went ahead and we have a flat pack probe right in here that's going to do our polar landing. Because the original plan was to do a polar landing, you know, on the ice caps of Duna. Very festive. But it's just that all our contracts, the blueberries, I don't think those are on the poles. I mean, that doesn't really matter. Ike, we got to go to Ike. And trying to get to Ike from a polar orbit, that's just going to be really hard. And yeah, we need a lot of stuff from Ike. Tons of things from Ike. And I even got a rescue from Ike. So a lot of things need to be done. That's all part of the fun. And also, I think, yeah, probably during this mission, we'll actually bring back the Big Boi as well. Because we'll have our Eve to Kerbin window. I think that's going to be, like, during our flight. It depends. Anyway, here we go. Just one thing I gotta be careful about is this rover has been a little weird. Sometimes when saving and reloading the craft, the rover will just glitch out and just be unrecognizable from what it is. I don't know why it does that, but hopefully we can get it launched into space looking like this, and hopefully nothing in space causes it to glitch out. Because I think it's just the saving and loading, opening a new save. So I've had to do this with basically no reverting saves, so it's been a little tricky. I think even like undoing, like undo, the undo command I think breaks it as well. So yeah, just had to be very meticulous with that. Let's go ahead and get it on the pad though. Gosh, I'm getting one frame. I'm probably gonna have to speed this up, this ascent, because it is a lot of stuff. I think it might be a little bit. I don't know. The frames are okay. Okay. We're fine. How's the rover? Just want to make sure the rover's still intact. Okay, rover's still intact. We're good. So hopefully the Kraken doesn't decide. It doesn't. Hopefully the Kraken doesn't mess with us. Let's make sure everybody's in their correct cabin. Let's see. Are they in the correct? Yep. Okay. So that all worked out great. Okay. Cool. I didn't know because there's a bunch of different modules on here. Wanted to make sure they were in the right one for the flight. I mean, Jebediah being the most important, obviously. We want to make sure that he's in the correct location. So, there you go. I'm so nervous about this thing breaking. It's like a model. You don't want to do anything with it. But it's also a rocket. It's full of explosive fuel. Oh, I forgot to strut those. Hopefully it's fine, because I'm pretty sure bringing this back into the VAB is not going to be good for that rover. Okay, here we go. 3, 2, 1, ignition. Yeah, it's fine. Actually, I can just auto-strut these, can't I? Auto-strut, heaviest part. There we go. Auto-strut. There we go. That works. Oh, it's wobbling. Luckily, we have that big old mammoth engine to keep us on course. Oh, this is so sketchy. Oh, the base is wobbling up there. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and speed this up because this is gonna be so nerve-wracking if I try to do this all in real time. So I'll see you guys up in space. Wonderful. There we go. Fairing deployed. Launch escape system jettisoned. We are making our way into orbit. First try, too. I feel like I'm getting better at this game. I mean, I have been playing it for, you know, almost a year now, so, you know, getting a little better at KSP. You know, it's kind of cool. But yeah, look, our rover's still intact. I don't think... Oh, the wheels. The wheels. Can we activate the brakes? Yeah, that'd probably be a good idea. Because I think when I press W, the wheels start spinning. So we'll just hit the brakes on that. Yeah, cool. Cool. Oh yeah, so wait, hold on. What's my action group? I forgot. One. Okay, we have one stowed panel, so that's fine. Oh wait, oh, cause here. Okay, open. And then we'll extend these. And then can we close this again? Yeah, we can. Cool. Oh no, that one didn't open. Oh no. Open. Extend. Close. Okay, cool. There we go. We got everything deployed. All our panels, all our radiators, all our stuff. I don't usually tend to use radiators, but I mean, I've seen people use them with the nuclear engines, and the game does say the nuclear engines do make a lot of heat. So, I mean, I've never had to use the radiators before. I mean, we've only used, like, the nuclear engines, like, once, I think. So, really, I don't think it's that big of a deal, but still. Probably better safe than sorry to have them and stuff. All right, here we go. Orbital insertion burn. And yeah, I think this Rhino will probably take us all the way to Duna, which is quite impressive, actually. Yeah, it's got way over enough Delta V. So, yeah. I mean, that's good. I wanted to have more than enough Delta V because I didn't want to do a rescue mission. And I think this has more than enough Delta V because this nuclear stage is also way over-engineered for what it needs to be. But yeah, I think you definitely do need nuclear engines for Duna. Or just any return mission, really. If you're going to do a return mission, you need nuclear engines. You can't do them without. Because we tried to do a Duna mission, a Duna return, without nuclear engines. You know, we didn't go far. And then... No, we didn't go far, basically. And then the rescue had nuclear engines, and it was fine. So, anyway, there we go. We have 33 days, or 32 days now, until our Kerbal to Duna window. Let me just go make a quick save real quick. So, I think probably most of our tourists are probably pretty happy right now. Yeah, I mean, most of them just want to fly by the Duna, but this guy, he just wants to go by the sun. But we're taking him all the way to Duna. So, you know, he paid for just to fly by the sun. But he's getting a flyby of Duna. And this guy, he wants to land. So we're probably only going to take... so yeah, most of the tourists are going to stay, you know, in the transfer stage. Whereas, yeah, we'll have some that actually get into the lander. Like, I think we'll have this guy and then the VIP. So yeah, they'll go in the Rover. Because, yeah, we're going to send the Rover down. Explore a little bit. And then wherever the Rover ends up, then we'll send the lander. So it's going to be Rover... then lander. We're not going to send them both down because then the rover will have to drive back. I've set it up this way so that way we don't actually have to drive back to a lander. We'll just have the lander come to us. Because, you know, Duna Surface Rendezvous. Really easy with this great mod right here. So, you know, it's great. But yeah, let's go ahead and thrust it off to Duna. Now.
As if time is frozen upon this polar night. Open your eyes, my friend. Seems we're getting close. The northern lights are flowing upon this polar night. Try not to close your eyes. See the colors emerging. That is what we're chasing through the wandering lights, wandering lights.
Aha! Check that out. So, just made our maneuver. And look at that. Our eve to Kerbal window is before our maneuver. So Big Boi's coming home before this maneuver. And this thing is good for 116 days. The Kerbals seem happy. I went ahead and auto-strutted some things, and that seems to have fixed the wobble issue. So yeah. You guys are happy? Tourists seem happy? Maybe we can go ahead and maneuver all our tourists into where they actually want to be. So yeah, now that everything's configured, everybody can kind of be where they want to be. Sickle. I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing your name wrong, but you're already happy just as is. What we got? Okay, so here's all our crew. So, yeah, you're fine. Who wants to land? So, Dueler wants to land. Okay, I'll go ahead and get you into the Rover, I guess? Yeah, you can go land. You can go be in the Rover. Everybody else who just wants to fly by Duna, and fly by the sun. That's fine. VIP who wants to atmospheric flight on Duna, which I think just landing counts as atmospheric flight, or taking off again. I don't really know what's going to consider atmospheric flight. Or actually, hold on. You guys shouldn't be in here. That would have been bad, actually, if they stayed in here. So you guys actually need to be in this lander over here. Yeah, you guys need to be in here. Because, yeah, you're not allowed to EVA. They can't EVA. Oh, yeah, and there's our probe that we're gonna make. Yeah, they can't EVA, so that's fine for them. Oh yeah, and how we're gonna do the seismic scan on Ike? We already have a scanner on Ike. We did that a while ago. I'm just gonna stage it so that these tanks hit Ike. I didn't know if that was obvious, but yeah, these tanks are gonna crash into Ike. Okay, let's go ahead and switch to the Eve/Kerbal window. Let's go ahead and... Wow, the frame rate here feels a lot more smoother than that other craft. Yeah, obviously. What's going on with this orbital line? That's really weird. Okay, that... Actually, I think it's cheaper. Okay, yes, okay. Forget the Oberth effect and stuff. We can just burn 592 straight out. And get this. Just a slight inclination adjustment. Mid-course. Right? Just pull this. And probably a bit of this. Yeah, just force it. Yeah, there we go. Force that encounter. I mean, that second maneuver... I mean, we have the Delta V. I mean, it's not cheap, but we have the Delta V, so really. Okay, yeah, we'll do this burn. 2 days, 4 hours. Because, I mean, we could retrograde ourselves into Eve and do maneuvers that way, but it seems like it's just way more easy just to burn from Gilly, and we have the Delta V to do so. So why not just, you know, burn from Gilly? Okay, ignition sequence start. 3, 2, oh, it fired. Oh, burn. Oh, it burns. It burns. We're firing. We're heading off back home to Kerbal. See you later, Gilly. And Eve, too, I guess. Okay, so it has actually been a day or two since I recorded that last clip. We are now coming up on our Duna mid-course maneuver. And during that time, someone else commented on the discussion post that I did that said, why not land the rover on the poles and drive to the equator? And I'm like, that's a good idea. If we land right on the edge of the poles, we can just drive to the equator. So we don't even need any, you know, small probe that I made. Yeah, we can just drive the rover and it'll be fine. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and get our maneuver set up, and we're probably going to get into a 45-degree inclination orbit. That way we're halfway in between a polar orbit, halfway in between an equatorial orbit. That way it'll make it easy and cheap to orientate ourselves to equatorial once we drive our rover there. So yep, I'm going to go ahead and start doing that burn now. Okay, this looks pretty good. Just played around with, you know, all the directions of the maneuver, and yeah, we got a nice, kind of 45-degree inclined orbit. So yeah, we'll go ahead and warp on over and do that retrograde burn. Okay, well actually I might have lied. We actually need to do the Big Boi needs to do its inclination change first before we do that capture burn. So here we go. Lowering, or adjusting Big Boi's orbit, and then we can do the Duna capture. It's funny how we have these two spacecraft in interplanetary space. It takes a lot of micromanaging, so yeah, the alarm clock is definitely your friend when it comes to stuff like this. But there we go, as you can see, we got an encounter. I'm just gonna adjust it so we're nice and close to the surface to make our retrograde capture burn as cheap as possible. And as it turns out, we're actually gonna be having our Kerbin capture with the Big Boi. The Big Boi is here at Kerbin, well before our Duna SOI. So way before we even enter Duna Sphere of Influence, we're already coming down with the Big Boi and capturing at Kerbin, as you can see right there. Somehow we were got back to Kerbin before the Duna base even got out to Duna, even though the Duna launched first, and then the transfer window was later. I guess it just shows how much more efficient we were, although I don't really think this was efficient. I think we just kind of forced the encounter. I think really that's all it came down to, is we burnt a bit more fuel to get to Kerbin faster, and therefore we won the race, if it was a race. I mean, 2 different planets, but still. Anyway, here we go, coming on in. Look at that beautiful blue marble. Look at the Kerbals, they're so happy to see their home again. But yeah, it's going to be a little while until we can actually get them back down to the surface. I'm thinking about maybe making an SSTO that can ferry them from the space to surface. A space to surface transport SSTO. That'd be pretty cool. And captured with a little bit of fuel to spare. There we go. So yep, it doesn't even have enough fuel to deorbit itself, which I don't think I would really want to deorbit this thing. Just, you know, doing some adjustments here, and yeah, there we go. Yeah. So yeah, I don't think I really want to deorbit this thing. I think we could probably fill it back up and send it on another mission, but the crew definitely needs to come home. So yeah, we'll get that SSTO ready next time. But yeah, they can just chill in space for a little bit. We'll get that gravity ring spun up, and they can just chill for a little bit while we do some stuff around Duna. So back in our Duna vessel, there's something pretty cool that I wanted to show you. I went ahead and set up an action group for the science. Right here. So, yeah, right here. Action group 4 and 5. So yeah, we'll go ahead and press those. So we press action group 4, and it runs all the science experiments. We can click through and keep the experiments and stuff. You know, gravity scan, pressure scan, temperature scan, all that fun stuff. And then we press 5, and it stores it all. So I thought that was really neat. Although I didn't really think too far ahead because, yeah, our mystery goo is now expended, and we don't have a scientist to recover it. So that was a bit of a waste, but, you know, it was cool. I mean, we have plenty of science, and also the Science Junior is now toast as well. Because, yeah, I should have brought a scientist, but, you know, that would have costed money, as Bob is on another mission. He's on the Big Boi, actually. So, yeah. Whoops. Anyways, science mishaps and stuff aside, let's go ahead and start a retrograde burn with our nuclear engines. This is definitely going to take a little while, but luckily this craft can handle ×4 times warp relatively well. As you can see, there you go. Sometimes with bigger craft, they can't really handle the physical time warp, but luckily with this thing, it can handle it just fine. So this burn won't take too long. But yeah, look, we can see the beautiful aurora of Duna down there. And we can see the South Pole, which is where we'll be landing. I was thinking about doing the North Pole, but because the way our orbit is, the South Pole is going to be the easiest one to land on. And yeah, like I said already, we're going to be landing the Rover there, so that we can, you know, run our science and do all that stuff. It's going to be Valentina and Bob in the Rover, and then Jebediah is going to stay on board the transfer stage, and the lander is probe controlled, so all that is fine. Okay, so now that our retrograde burn is complete, it's time to remove the cream from the Oreo. So as you can see, this rover is kind of sandwiched in between the transfer and the lander. So we're going to want to get it out of the middle And detach it right here. And undock. There it goes. There goes the rover. And let's go and orientate it so that they don't redock. And then switch back to the lander. And the lander's going to have to reconnect with the transfer stage. Right there. So we have target holding. Jebediah can do target holding. So we'll just, you know, do a bit of a lazy method of doing it where we'll just have it hold the target. Actually, Jebediah is in the rover, which we need to get him out of there. Valentina's going to the surface. Now Jebediah. Sorry, Jebediah. But you have the important job of manning the nuclear stage. There we go. Okay, so now that all the crew members are in their proper places, Valentina and Bob in the rover, Jebediah in the transfer stage, as well as all the tourists in the lander and transfer stage. Time to redock here. Just a little bit of a maneuvering and docked. Beautiful. So, yep, we're just going to keep this thing in orbit. And yeah, we'll wait for the call from the rover that they're done exploring. And yeah, then we'll send the lander down to go pick them up. Okay, so it turns out our orbit isn't quite inclined enough to actually get us down to the equator, or the pole. Not the equator, but the South Pole right here. It turns out we actually need to do a bit of a inclination change as well as a retrograde burn. But as you can see, once we do that, the X marks the spot right on the edge of the South Pole. So that is where we will be touching down. Yeah, we'll just go ahead and do this maneuver, and then, yeah, be touching down, hopefully softly and gently, on the South Pole. And then, yeah, we have a lot of science to run, a lot of things to see, and a lot of stuff to do. And there we go. Safely touched down on the surface of Duna, right here on the South Pole. And yeah, let's go ahead and take a tumble and plant our mission flag. Let's get a nice picture of the rover right there. I'll have to detach the sky crane later because those conformal storage units actually have kit in them. But yeah, we'll just fly that up and have it crash somewhere else on Duna. And there we go. Flag! Now property of Dragon Aerospace, or at least the South Pole. I mean, Duna was already property, but now the South Pole is, and we hereby claim this land. Okay, so now it's time to deploy all of our deployable sciences. I brought pretty much everything that we could from the Breaking Ground DLC. Obviously, I didn't bring the ionosphere, because that requires a planet without an atmosphere, whereas Duna has an atmosphere. So instead, I brought the weather station, which is kind of the equivalent version of that for a planet with an atmosphere. Anyway, here we are placing down the control station. And I'll probably just go ahead and skip through this. You guys have seen me place plenty of science things. I'll just go ahead and, yeah. We got the, I think this is the weather station right here. I'll go ahead and deploy this, because we haven't really deployed this one before. I mean, like, once, but it's not actually going to work this time. The previous one we deployed, we didn't have a relay dish, so it didn't really work that well. Whereas this one, yeah, it's going to work just fine. Because I brought a relay dish. And here it is, all the science now deployed. As you can see, the beautiful Christmas colors. And yeah, now everything is out of the sky crane, except for these science kits. We'll go ahead and take these out real quick. But yeah, as you can see, there's a couple solar panels in there, but we don't need them because Bill is amazing, and he made it work with just 2. So yeah, 2 solar panels placed by Bill, our engineer. Yeah, is enough power to power all the science kit. And it's now time to detach the sky crane and send it hurtling into the atmosphere and then falling back towards Duna, where it'll hopefully crash somewhere very far away from our rover. And we'll just go ahead and throttle up the engines. And there it goes. Away it goes. See you later, sky crane. Yep, there it goes. Gonna go crash harmlessly somewhere else on the North Pole. So yep, let's go ahead and... I mean, maybe we should actually hurry up and get the rover out of the way, because just in case it doesn't go to the side or anything, just in case it comes straight back down right here, we should probably get moving. Now, I know in the VAB, it specifically states that these light strips are not for blinging out rovers, but I mean, come on. It's Christmas! Can't you give me some slack on Christmas? Make these all the Christmas colors and bling out this rover. There we go. It's not like he can really stop us. We're on Duna. Come and get us. But yeah, in all seriousness, no. Seriousness, though, it definitely looks a lot more Christmassy now with the lights. And actually, something that I did not know is that the surface scatter can actually appear on the North Pole. The whole reason why I wanted to go to the equator is because I thought we needed to go to the equator for the surface scatter. But look, here's a Duna meteorite right over here. Yeah, so there's probably gonna be blueberries somewhere. And yeah, it's rather nice. So yeah, there we go. We don't even need to go to the equator. We can just, yeah, stay at the North Pole. So, to the guy who told me that we can drive to the equator, thank you, because you actually tricked me into landing on the South Pole, which I didn't want to land on, but it was fine, because there's scatter here anyway. So yeah, thank you very much for tricking me, bamboozling me. Anyway, let's go ahead and get a scan of this meteorite with our big ol' arm. And scanning the Duna meteorite. There we go. Go ahead and get a sample and all the stuff that this arm does. Very nice. It is the most powerful robot arm that we can bring. So we end up getting 100% of the available science, and let's read what it has to say. So the science report says, Duna's thin atmosphere does little to stop these meteorites from crashing into it, scattering over its surface. While we did come to Duna to study the planet itself, why not stop to sample a composition of another celestial body? And we have gained all the detail possible. So yeah, that's really cool how we have these Duna meteorites here, which came from another planet. Even though they're red, they weren't from Duna, from other red planet. And yeah, they crashed into Duna, or maybe they were covered in dust. Although technically it should be white because it's a snowy area. But still, you know, it's fine. But yeah, very cool. Valentina's just gonna go ahead and stand on the meteorite, get a cool picture. Because, you know, if there's a giant meteorite, you wouldn't want to stand on it and get a cool picture? Yeah, I think so. So yeah, Valentina's just gonna go stand on it, get a neat picture. Oh yeah. For your Kerbal Instagram or whatever. Beautiful. And not too long after discovering that meteorite, we also found the Duna berries. So right here we have Duna blueberries. Going ahead and scanning them with all the different apparatuses on this arm. And yeah, what does the game have to say about this? Small rocks that might look like blueberries, but don't taste them. We're almost certain. And we have collected all the detail possible. And the contract wants us to transmit that, so we will go ahead and do just that. There you go, KSC. There's some detail about Duna blueberries. Not actual blueberries, unfortunately. But that's not our only contract regarding these Duna berries. We also want to take some home with us. Now, we don't get any more science, but it's part of the contract, so we're going to take them with us. And how these formed are still a mystery to scientists. Back in Kerbal, do they have a relationship to the galactic astronomical mystery we have yet to solve? Yeah, it's talking about, like, Eve pancakes and stuff, which you haven't actually seen yet, so bit of a spoiler alert, but yeah, apparently there's a surface feature, Eve pancakes, and we're still looking for, the syrup sample. So, little funny joke there. I wonder if syrup is on Dres, which is the next planet we're probably going to go visit. So maybe we'll find the syrup that we need on Dres to finish our yummy celestial pancakes. Beautiful. Well, actually, we need the pancakes first, though. We haven't been to Eve yet. So it wouldn't be a Kerbal video without explosions. I decided to make my way towards the equator to make it easier for the lander to come pick us up. But I might have floored it a little too hard. You guys will see in a second. Oh, we're losing it. Oh, we're losing it. Oh, we're losing it. Oh, there it goes. And boom, boom goes the rover. Yeah, there goes all our science. At least the container is still there. So, yeah, all our science is in that container. So, you know, I'm not going to revert. Because, you know, we still have all our science. So it's all fine. But yeah, the rover is now toast. And we're going to need the lander to come to us now. But we're not on the equator. So we're going to actually have to adjust the lander into a polar orbit in order to come land near us. Because the lander doesn't actually have that much spare delta V. So yeah, it's going to need to come to us with a polar orbit. Now, another problem that we're having is the lander has that probe in there, which adds a lot of weight. And with that probe in there, it doesn't actually have enough delta V to come down to the surface. So what we're going to have to do is ditch the excess mass, enter a polar orbit, and come land near this broken rover. So yeah, I guess I'll go ahead and do that now. Okay, so I'm sorry that my audio muted. I did not find out about that until, like, I recorded Friday's video, and I figured that out. So yeah, I'm sorry about that. But hopefully it was okay. Yeah, hopefully the video is actually a bit more comprehensible with voiceover. Anyway, something that I was thinking about, like, you know, I went ahead and slept on this, you know, a whole incident with our lander. I don't know if you guys know, but our lander cuts it really close, cuts it really fine with the delta V. We can dock the lander to the rover and refuel it with the baguette tanks. If I can just stop the fuel cells. Oh! Seismic sensor went off. Nice. We got 0 science. Science kit, forget it. Probe core, forget it. Antenna, forget it. Fuel, though, we'll keep. We gained like 100 meters per second. Oh my goodness, that was worth it. Without those tanks, we might actually have 2,000, which, yeah, feel a lot better with 2,000. But yeah, using the fuel in them probably will give us like more like 2,100. So yeah. It's all fine. Just a little bit of a scare, but yeah, I think we'll be fine. I think we'll be fine. Okay, there we go. So yeah, if we re-entered again and did another air brake, we would land like right around there, which isn't ideal. Yeah, we'll use like a minimal amount of fuel to raise our perigee and get it down onto a better orbit. Beautiful, right on the target right there. Okay, wonderful. Even without proper control. Okay. Save game. Look at the aurora. Look at it. Oh man, it looks so beautiful. Was that a comet? I think I saw a comet. On the other side of Duna. Or maybe it was like a galaxy like that. It could have been like a galaxy like that. Still, very cool though. Being able to see galaxies and stuff. That's awesome. So I wonder if we'll... Oh, no, never mind. Here's the flames. Here's the flames. Here's the fire and the flames. And look, there's where we gotta go. We gotta get over there. Can we steer over there? Oh, wrong way. Steer. 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 How aerodynamic are we? I don't know. But steer. Steer. Steer the spacecraft. Does this work? I don't know if this works, but at least Tangi's having a good time. Look at them. The tourists are having an absolute wonderful time. There we go. Just had to wait for those to come out. I mean, 10 kilometers isn't long distance. I mean, we have more than enough delta V, so I'm not worried about having to... the rover. It's fine. And be happy that we have enough delta V and that we're not really that far away. We only... all we gotta do is kill off 22 meters per second. Which isn't a lot. Oh wait, I thought... Oh no, it's orbital velocity, not surface. Whoops. Like I said, we're fine though. Nope. Oh no, that's not good. Okay, let's try that again. Tangi's got some kind of tangent that she's going on. Maybe that's why her name's Tangi. She just goes on tangents. She looks like she's just talking a lot. She's like, ah, blah, 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 blah. like, auroras are caused by the magnetosphere, and Duna doesn't really have a magnetosphere, so it shouldn't really have an aurora, but because of this, and this, it has an aurora for some reason. I don't really know. I don't think Mars has aurora. I don't think Mars has an aurora. I could be very wrong, though. So don't, again, as I say for everything, don't quote me on it. It seems like we're actually getting closer to them, though. Doing that. It seems like doing that inclination change right then. As soon as we can see them. Actually does a good job at getting us relatively close. So I wonder if I mean, we probably should. I'm like, do we take off into a polar orbit or an equatorial orbit? I think a polar orbit is probably what we have to do. Oh, gosh. Okay, make sure that surface level. Parachutes. I don't know when you're supposed to deploy. Parachutes. Parachutes. Okay, thank you. There we go. There they go. Wonderful. Okay, 2.3 away. That's not bad. But yeah, it would have been nice to have drogue chutes on this thing, but really, as you can see, we don't need them. We got engines. I was going to take the fuel. I don't think we need it, though, because, yeah, we'd have to go 2.5 kilometers to dock with this thing, and I don't think the fuel that we're going to get from the tanks inside, I mean, we have enough fuel to get into orbit. On my chart, we have 200 more than what we need to get into orbit. But, just for, like, to get into orbit, we have enough. But for sake of Rendezvous, we don't really have enough, but we have the other craft, which can do Rendezvous just fine, so. Okay, I want to watch my vertical speed. Want to watch it, well, gotta watch it, oh gosh. Bob, Bill. Oh, spaghetti. You know, they always say, just like Bill's homemade spaghetti. Oh, slow down. Oh, slow down. Oh, slow down there, Bill. Okay, we're good. Good. Great. Awesome. Wonderful. Now, break your legs. Wonderful. Only you, Bill. Only you. Okay. They're too heavy for him. And we can't just drop them, so we should have just got rid of them. I didn't realize it would be too heavy. I mean, like I said, we have enough Delta V. We can't just drop them on the surface or anything. No, we can't literally even just drop them. Okay, so we're stuck with extra fuel. I mean, once we get into orbit, we can use them. So, yeah, that's fine, I guess. If once we get in orbit, then we can. Do you want to board? Okay. And now Valentina turn. And Valentina has all the science. Having 17 as data stored. I wonder if you can look back and see the auroras. Oh yeah, there they are. Oh, that's lightning. Can you see the auroras? No, you can't. You can't from this location. Well, here it comes. Oh yeah, there's also atmospheric drag on Duna. I forgot about atmospheric drag on Duna. Playing a little bit of a part with our playing a little part when it comes to Delta V and flying a jetpack around. Yeah, we got some atmospheric drag, so we slow down. So we do kind of have to constantly be accelerating. So I think we want to take off into a southern orbit. Yeah, hold on, I'm trying to think. No, this thing comes down. No, we want to take off north. We want to take off north. I mean, a bit to the side, but for all intents and purposes, we'll just take off north, get a good orbit. So yeah, we're not gonna get a boost from Duna. So I want hopefully it doesn't take too much Delta V. And fly north. There we go. North it is. Okay, we want to fly. We want to fly a bit up until we get into the thinner parts of the atmosphere. We want to get out of the thicker parts of the atmosphere really quick. This is nerve-wracking. I'm stressed out by this. We should be able to start flying relatively flat now, though. Okay, I think we're good. I think we got it. Do we? Do we have it? I don't know. Okay, our Appwampus is not quite out of the atmosphere yet. Maybe it should be. We're going. We're cruising out of here. We're rocking and rolling off of Duna here. We're good. We're good. We're good. We don't need a rescue. Oh, maybe we don't. That orbit is not great for when it comes to our this thing. Can we? How much inclination can we do? I mean, yeah, we can do a bit of a inclination adjustment and a bit of that. Get that to 53. Get that to 132. Yeah, that's good. Okay, 307. I mean, we got plenty of delta V. We're great. Yeah, I was so worried about this lander not having enough delta V, but it seems like yeah, just emptying those tanks, we have enough. And actually, I completely forgot. Yeah, we can put these on here and get a bit more delta V. I don't know how much more it'll be. We'll wait till after our burn, though. After we're in orbit, then we will use those tanks. But yeah, happy with how this turned out. Our crew got to, or our tourists got to enjoy a nice trip. Look how happy they are. They're like, yeah, we got to land on Duna. I mean, they did get to walk around, because they can't, but... You know, they got to land. 421. Okay, cool. Just with having these on the side, we get 400. They don't get refilled with fuel, right? That would be insane, right? Okay, yeah, they thought about that. But yeah, it was all from that probe. That never was. I mean, we didn't need a probe, because that nice guy, I'll have to remember your name, told us, yeah, why don't you just use the rover? And then we found out that, yeah, we were fine. We were fine to do a polar landing. And that there were actually blueberries on the poles. So, yep, we're all fine. Okay, I'm going to switch to this now. And I guess do the rendezvous. Yeah, I want to do the rendezvous, and then I think that'll be the end, yeah. I just want to make sure that everything's good, because I'll be, like, under for, like, several days, and I just want to make sure that my Kerbals are happy. And that they're safe and sound and all that stuff. So anyway, let's set this as our target. We can do a maneuver at apogee. Let's see. Set its target. Actually, hold on. If we just... I have an idea. What if we just... Crazy idea, guys. What if we just retrograde the orbit down from here? And then we see... Oh, yeah, there we go. Look at those interaction nodes swinging around. And boop. 19. And we can use the fuel in the lander to do the rest of the rendezvous. That is. Yeah, we'll do this big old burn with this thing, because it had to do this burn anyway. There was no way it was not going to be able to do... There was no way it would have been able to do this rendezvous without doing this orbit lowering burn. And then, yeah, we can just do the burn towards the target, burn away from the target, burn towards the target, burn away from the target. All at... all with the lander. It's got 400. Wait, why don't I have any control? How come I don't have any... Oh, docking mode. Doi doi. Oh, hey there, hey there, hey there. Hey there, no, target, no, target. Nope, ah, stability. Ah! Stability assist! Okay, there we go. Good, and it is. Keep on pointing that way. Mwah. Mwah, I still love you. I still love you. No, wait. This is the most janky docking. He's docking 100%, 200%, okay. Come on. I'm not going towards the target, though. That's the problem. Okay, there we go. Yeah, and our prograde's not lined up with the target, either. Okay, there we go. Hey, there we go. Wonderful. Beautiful. Ballet. The wonderful, beautiful ballet of atrocity. Okay. So just make sure we have no more people on this. Yep, there's no crew in there. I don't see any crew there. We got Tangy here. Valentina, Jebediah, and Belle. And we have Jannard and all the other crew in there. Okay, cool. Awesome. So yeah, but there we go. I'm going to keep these two ships docked together. For now, maybe I can enable SAS so they stop spinning. There we go. Yeah, because my dogs, if you can tell, they're going crazy. And yeah, next time on Kerbal Space Program, we'll do the Ike thing. That'll be fine. We have plenty of Delta V if I just, you know, do basic calculations here. So, to do all this, or a more rough version of it, would all be like 938, which, as you can see, we have here, and that's with this lander attached. And that's not even taking into consideration all the fuel in here, which is going to be what we use to get home. So, you know, I think this is a pretty successful Duna mission. So yeah, next time we'll head off to Ike, and yeah, get the contracts, the Ike contracts done. So that would be, I mean, that's pretty, this is done. I'll just uncheck, I'll just get rid of that. That's fine. Actually, we'll probably get this done with this craft before we get the Big Boi back home. I don't know. Maybe we'll take a break from this. When's our next Duna transfer window? 323 days. So yeah, we have time to do some Big Boi SSTO stuff next time. And then we'll come back to here. Because that's really what I want to do. We have enough science to unlock the rapiers. Actually, hold on. Go to R&D. And yeah, there we go. Rapiers. Rapiers, and we'll go for specialized electrics because that will get us the RTGs, which will be good for when we start doing missions to the outer planets. And by outer planets, I mean like Drez, Jewel, and Elu, because we don't really have much sun there, so these will be good. So yeah, we'll get this, which gives us bigger batteries and bigger fuel cells. But there we go. We got the rapiers. You know how I was saying that we're gonna make an SSTO using the whiplashes? I mean, I made one, but, I mean, if we can just unlock the rapiers, then, you know, why not just unlock the rapiers? So there we go. We can make a rapier SSTO next time. So yeah, you guys look forward to that, because yeah, the Duna transfer window, no rush on that. And I don't think the contracts are even that binding at all right now. I mean, yeah, 16 years for that. Never for that. 24 years for that. 18 years for that. 22 years for that. So yeah, our window's gonna come back before any of these expire. So that is absolutely fine. Anything else we can grab while we're out there? Yeah, nah. Nothing really interesting. I'm okay with what we got right now. Because yeah, as soon as we're done with all these contracts, I'm gonna go straight to the administration building and grab this initiative. I mean, we need a lot of science. We're gonna get a lot of science. I mean, it only needs 500. So it's like, really, the amount of science you need for this isn't that bad. So, yep. Okay. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you have a Merry Christmas, and I'll see you guys next time. I guess I should say hope you had a Merry Christmas, because this is going up. Yeah, whatever.